Have you ever noticed that some people can get others to open up really fast? Like they just met and now they're having a great time. I used to wonder why that was, while all of my conversations felt really surface level, like they weren't going anywhere meaningful, even in those times I thought that I could help. But it turns out I was just bad at showing other people the right way that I actually cared. In this video, I'm going to show you some things that I wish I knew earlier about this, and ways that we can use to help other people open up, so you can get to know people quickly and help them out if they're ever in need.
Oh Lord, it's good to be here with you, Mr. O'Brien.
Okay, so let's answer the big question, the elephant in the room. For us to really open up to people, we have to trust them and feel warm around them. And if we don't feel warm and we don't trust these people, if we don't feel like they care about us through sometimes even the smallest of attitudes, we might feel demotivated to talk further about ourselves. Think about how likely you are to talk to someone about your rough day or even your great day when in the past they've been kind of dismissive of you, even if they didn't really mean it. So we need to help others feel warm and included. But how? So here are some ways that we can achieve this, both ways that I've tried in the past that have worked, and ways that other people who are much smarter than me have talked about in their works. We all know it's probably best to avoid interrupting others whenever it's possible. Not only is this easy to forget, but we can take it a step further to encourage people to talk more. I can remember a friend at work who was so easy to talk to. When I wondered why in my head, I crossed off a bunch of stuff from my list. It wasn't because he was quiet, he was actually pretty vocal. And he wasn't really reserved either. He was fairly outgoing and high energy. But then I noticed it was because whenever someone, including me, was talking to him, he gave them space and time. He gave them the flexibility to be themselves and say and do as they wish. It truly felt like that you were talking to someone. Over time I noticed this was a common theme amongst all people in my life that I found easy to talk to, and that I found had that effect amongst all kinds of people. They were almost silently inviting me to speak more about myself and be me and comfortable. I took some inspiration and started taking things a little slower. And here's what worked for me. After someone or myself had just finished saying something, wait just a couple extra seconds. I was shocked by how much more there was cooking behind the scenes, not just in my head, but other people's. It turned to this stage to perform, to prove to others that we are good enough for them, and it made it such a small and insignificant stage, one that anyone could stand on and take up.
You know, all of these skills fall under the umbrella of active listening. I spent way too much time making a system that can actually train you to be a much better listener in just a few minutes each day. And it's helped over 400 people become great listeners, which I imagine is a good thing. Check it out in the link below.
Here's something that I wish someone had told me much earlier in life. When someone really hears you, without passing judgment onto you, without trying to take responsibility for you, without trying to mold you, it feels damn good. That's a quote by Carl Rogers. When someone opens up to us, especially about a problem that they are having, what might be our first instinct? For me, it was always to try to help them, to try to fix the issue. But the way I went at it was all wrong, and it usually made people stop opening up just as quickly as they started. The mistake I was making was that I was trying to fix the issue, instead of even understanding it first.
All of the time, every time.
I'll be listening to someone start to open up to somebody else near me, until they're told that they should just do this, and that the fix is actually easy, and it's right there. As if they haven't already thought of that. That encouraged me to really change. When it comes to other people's problems, sometimes just listening to them and understanding them can make someone feel better. It might even lead them to the solution. Now when someone is telling me about a problem, I try to ask myself this, and I recommend you give this a shot too. Are they sharing with me, or are they asking me for help? And that can usually tell us whether or not we should try to understand them, or we should try to fix the problem that they're having. Maybe both. Give that a go next time someone tells you about a problem, like a rough day or a really shit meal that left them on the loo a week after. There's an extremely easy way to make others stop sharing very fast.
And if we keep doing this without realizing it or even apologizing, it can damage our connections and relationships, sometimes permanently. It can kind of give us this reputation that nobody wants.
I noticed that when I got to know new people, they might open up at first, but the moment I said some kind of funny quip or looked at things too much from the outside rather than in, sometimes they stop sharing altogether. When we judge others, we can show them that we don't care, and that to us, they are flawed human beings and nothing more. I realized I feel that way too. When someone seems almost annoyed or even amused that I'm sharing myself and my problems with them, they must feel the same way when I do the same thing. Jung believed that many of our poor judgments of others can stem from something inside ourselves. If we judge ourselves less, we can judge the world less. The next time someone starts to share with you and you start to see them as maybe stupid or selfish, you name it, ask yourself this: how does what I think about this person right now reflect on how I feel about myself? Does it say anything at all? What does it say about the way I see the world?
Here's something else that you should try out. When I was a little younger and much more anxious, I found it much easier to talk to someone new when they shared something about themselves a little bit first, even something small.
Share first. Sometimes that's all the push that's needed. And sometimes people are just reserved. Sometimes they don't want to talk to you, and it's not our responsibility to change them. If this helped you, I've got a listening video here that talks about how it actually works and how you can use it to get all kinds of the cool benefits that come with it. Or you can check out the active listening toolkit I mentioned before and use it to become a great listener in just a few minutes a day.